It is Russell Sands Hunter. In other news, Rob will be back on what was that? Tomorrow. Okay, he'll be back tomorrow. So he said, "Dude, fly solo." I got you, Cap. Let's go ahead and make it happen. Hey, thanks for hanging out. He's got a big show today. So we got Julian Assange. We have pre-debate propaganda. We have Elon Musk's dad calling out Russia, Ukraine, and we have yet another Democrat lefty politician that is blaming right-wing MAGA for her corruption. What's up, Ronald? What's up, Greg? How you guys doing? Thanks for playing along. Again, Robbie will be back. What's up, brother? Oh, yeah, what's up, Ronald? And you've already stolen it from me because I need to have Mike's random thoughts. I think that might be an entire series for the Go Show. Mike's random thoughts. We might do that on Truck Talk. What up, Greg? And so, all right, guys, let's start with this. Let's start with the big news of the day of the week, and that is, and I really would love your opinion on this, Julian Assange and his $500,000 flight to some obscure U.S. territory where he is going to go and plead guilty to, I think, a made-up crime. There really is no crime that was committed. He was simply disseminating information as he was given it. And the man was not the hacker. The man did not hack into anybody's thing. But the guy was pretty calculated in what he was doing. Even so much when Podesta's emails were hacked and he had all of that information. Keep in mind that Podesta was running Hillary Clinton's campaign. His password for his email was password. There you go with that. Yes. What's up, Lynn? I am too, Greg. I'm absolutely thrilled that Julian Assange is at least I don't know what's going to happen to him, but he's going to go plead guilty. And if it's anything that we've seen in this absolute circus of indictment on top of indictment of a former president here in the United States, I have zero confidence in really what's going to happen to the man. Zero confidence. Have no idea. You plead guilty. You made a plea deal. Is it really a deal? In what is going to happen to Julian afterwards? Obviously, he's on his way to Australia, but there was some weird, like he had to pay like $500K for a flight that because he didn't want to land on lower 48 soil. I really don't understand how that went down, but there's obviously going to be a GoFundMe coming quickly for the Assange family. I have no idea how much of I could fly around the world on Air Emirates and not pay $100,000. I have no idea why $500,000 for flight, maybe a security, whatever it was, but man, what a pain that is. But Julian Assange, love him or hate him, I want to play a clip real quick because I want you to understand how I see this dude. And this is a good example. Check it out.
Hillary Clinton has done quite well strategically to try and draw connection between Trump and Russia because she has so many connections of her own. Now,
and that might be why we never hear from the man again. That was it. Hear that she was masterful in drawing connections between Trump and Russia because she has so many of those connections herself.
My analysis of Trump and Russia is that there is no substantial connection. Why do I say that?
True.
Well, because Trump was...
Well, because we spent bazillions of dollars trying to find it, and we found no connection.
Trying to invest in Russia before Putin in the 1990s, after Putin, in fact, nearly all the way up to the present moment. And he's had no success. He did not manage to build hotels and so on in Russia. So that shows how insubstantial his contacts are. There's an extremely well-documented pattern of when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, those people, companies, governments, who wanted a decision by the Secretary of State in their favor, making large donations to the Clinton Foundation or in some other cases, business deals with the people around Hillary Clinton.
Now y'all see it? Now y'all see why that guy went bye-bye? Now you see why that's a big deal? Especially just running up into, thank you, Ronnie. That's right. He should say that. By the way, I didn't kill myself. Just everybody wants to know. Everybody needs to know this. That's why there's a lot of freak out going on right now, right before the election, that this man who has eyes on everything, eyes on literally everything. He has an email from John Podesta to Hillary Clinton, back from Hillary Clinton to John Podesta, saying that, yes, it is the Saudi government that is funding ISIS. That means Obama knew. I mean, the damning evidence, the knowledge that this man has, and especially on the Clintons. We know how things end when you have some juice on the Clintons. People are a little freaked out. So he's at this obscure U.S. territory island right now. He's going to plead guilty. Then maybe if the powers that be let him, he will go to Australia to be with his family. But keep listening to this guy. We ain't playing around here. Check us out.
Now, one particular instance is the approval by Secretary Clinton of selling 20% of the U.S. uranium reprocessing rights to a Russian company to be exported to Russia. So at that time, a large donation was made by those Russian interests to the Clinton Foundation.
No.
In addition, Clinton's campaign manager, Podesta, was on the board of a company called Juul Unlimited. No. And Juul Unlimited held some of these rights and received a $35 million investment from Russia.
Wow, look at that. How about that? Yeah, see, there's, again, I believe in coincidences. I've just never seen one. This guy needs to, and Scott, it's a great question. How is the dude still alive? Blown away by this. Absolutely blown away. I think if Assange goes down, because him and Snowden are probably the two biggest names in exposing our government's corruption and world government corruption, the collusion with other world governments. They are it. Like, what he just said would land anyone else in jail. So Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, I think they're too big I think they're too big to fail. Remember that term? Too big to fail, right? Yeah. And we just hope, and maybe there's this part of that plea deal is you go to Australia and you keep your mouth shut until mid-November. Don't say a word until the election. That might be part of his deal. He might have a gag order. I'm interested to see what his deal is going to be. Because Edward Snowden Julian Assange is obviously a man of principle, obviously a man who is convicted in his beliefs and will put his life and livelihood on the line to do what he does with WikiLeaks. And I think Snowden is, Scott. I think Snowden still is in Russia. He's got a wife. He's got a family. I don't think he got kids, but I mean, I know he got married, and I think he's just doing his thing. Probably is a computer analyst or something like that for the Kremlin. But yeah, he's doing his thing. It really is. So I'm just very curious to see how this plays out. Because again, it's a good question. How is he still alive? And now that we know, I mean, we're pretty aware. Is everybody on board? Pretty aware? Yeah. If you want somebody gone, just say they have something on XYZ and they're just going to disappear. And that's standard practice in the CIA. Jennifer Hudson has a show. And I might be able to find the clip. Usually when I get Rob to monologue, when I set up, because again, known this dude, hung out with this guy for 17 years. I know how to get Rob to monologue. When Rob monologues, I go and find clips. I can't find a clip right now. I might find it for you tomorrow, hopefully. And this is on the Jennifer Hudson show. She had this former CIA costume designer. I guess that, whatever, disguise designer. And she was like, "Oh yeah, we have masks." She goes, I went to the Oval Office, H.W. Bush. He didn't know I had a mask on. I took it off and he was blown away. And that was back then. Can you imagine what these people are doing now? She said basically they were the Q department, like from James Bond. She was Q. Oh, we need to make you disappear. Watch, we're going to make you a mask. Yeah. And it is sad. Rhonda, it's a good point. It's sad that Julian Assange And Ed Snowden is kind of an unsympathetic character, though. If you follow him on X, he's a lot better now, but he's matured quite a bit. But at the time, he was kind of an unsympathetic character, kind of the whole dweeby tech guy, activist kind of dude, and it didn't sit right with a good portion of the country. And yeah, but yeah, it's sad that they had to run from their own government. Mm-hmm. People could be. Rhonda, I have no idea. The mask thing is something we're going to dig into tomorrow. I want to show you guys what I saw on J Hud. I don't know if the cool kids call it J Hud. I have no idea. Jennifer Hudson. Who knows? But yeah, so truth, justice. I'm telling you, Greg, it could be 2024, 2025. This, all of it can just come, and I'm not going to say crashing down, because this country is way too strong for that. Way too strong. And I think that 2024, 2025 can be the year of just exposing all of this. But what happens after that? That's something Rob and I talk about all the time. What happens after that? We know, proof positive, the easiest felonies could be tried with Congress and their insider trading. And we're just kind of like, they're making money on it. Good for them. We'll follow their stock trades and we'll go ahead. We'll do it that from there. And that's the thing. You expose something that would put you and I in jail. And again, Martha Stewart did not go to jail for insider trading. Martha Stewart went to jail because she told the FBI, yes, you can come into my home and ask me some questions. That's why she went to prison. Well, she went to, what do they call it? Camp Cream Puff, Camp Powder Puff, something like that. Yeah, she went to, it was basically better than her house. And then she was on house arrest for she finished her second half of her sentence in her house. But she got busted for lying to the FBI. What she didn't know, that's what they do. Like that video clip I played you guys last week where the FBI agent is like, you mind if I come in here and give you my little song and dance? As a matter of fact, I do. You're not coming in my house. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Come back with a warrant. Then you can talk. Hey, we're the FBI. Hey, mind if we, hey, do we interrupt dinner? Yeah, no, you cannot. Literally got Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart has a multi-billion-dollar empire. She is smart. They got her to lie in front of them. And that's what she went down for. She did none of the insider trading. All right, hold on a second, Greg. What do you got? Did you hear Mark will be alone on the debate stage tomorrow? Oh, my Lord. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, Lynn, she is the good. Martha's the GOAT, is for sure. Oprah, hold my beer. Or a martini or Chardonnay, whatever she drinks. I did not know that Mark would be. That is fantastic. That is a serious misstep by the Carolay campaign. Oh my gosh, I love it. Good job. All right, and Lamb will perform. This dude goes into his whole entire career. He's gone into like houses with people shooting at him and stuff. But this dude's fine. He knows how to arrive to the moment, to rise to the moment. Okay, so a couple things I want to get you. Oh, shoot, I forgot all about this because I just want to jump right into Julian Assange. It's just fun to say, like Kim Jong-un. Like, it's just fun to say. Yeah, seriously, you Canadians, man. This is gonna be cool ass names. Yesterday we had AOC bouncing around like Roger Rabbit to Cardi B, thinking she was cool and she's really relatable to all the people. And look at this and that. In the big crowd, the big nuts, the big crowd, woo-hoo-hoo, big giant crowd. I love the internet. Good job, y'all. Good job, internet, for showing us exactly what was there. There was dozens of people there. Yeah, we see the camera guy over there. See him squatting, getting low profile. Just want to see AOC and you'd get all the cheers in the background. It's fraudulent. There was no one there, but basically, I would say a good half of that crowd are campaign staffers. They're paid to be there. They're on the clock. They're like, yeah, whatever. We got to go to some stupid event while she's going to bounce around and play stupid music and. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my good. Anyway, that's the follow-up from yesterday. I got you there, Rhonda. That's a damn good point. So Miss Carrie Lake, who again met her, know her, seemingly fantastic woman, lost her marbles, and that's it. So she was all about what was she? She was all about what? Katie Hobbs not debating her, and then remember the whatever dude at ASU was all, I'm going to give her own PBS special. It's all propaganda, all fix, all shady nonsense. Anyway, she was all up in arms when Katie Hobbs didn't debate her. All up in arms. And now she's not going to show up. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, Scotty just brought that. We at least we've moved on from cars honking. That was the worst. I think that if everybody said that, okay, every vote was counted, everything was on the up and up of the 2020 election, if everybody just grabbed hands and said, okay, that the votes were on the up and up, wink, they would say how the anger that the right would have would be, how the hell did this guy sell out stadiums? Remember, they call them super spreader events, sell out stadiums and lose to a dude that was hanging out with cars going honk, 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 honk. Driving, I didn't know what driving debates, driving rallies. Oh my goodness. See, anyone on the left, why you're so upset, why you see your friends on the right that are so upset and say this had to have been stolen, because none of it makes sense. Literally none of it makes sense. The dude ran an entire presidential campaign from a basement, and had drive-in rallies where just, 12 cars were around going honk, 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 honk. You lost to that? That's why. That's why Hillary was so upset in 2016, throwing laptops in the hotel room, throwing cell phones in the, no, not with the bleach bit stuff. But I mean, she was throwing things. She lost to a reality TV host. She lost to a dude that her and her husband hung out with. She lost to just a celebrity. And she was the heir apparent. Yeah. This is Russell and Hunter and other news. Thanks for hanging out. The speaking of debating, this debate is going to be a you know what show, y'all. It's going to be just, it is not. I did hear Charlemagne the God say that this is going to be bad for Biden because the most difficult thing for him to maneuver will be that Trump is funny. Trump is funny. Trump is going to give a comedic performance making fun of the old man next to him. And Biden's going to just be on his heels. Now let's talk about this. Because again, this is in other news. We're going to do the Trump Biden thing, but I mean, this is a presidential debate. We're going to have to talk about it. Donald Trump is already throwing out, just planting seeds of doubt in we the people. And so in the first seed of doubt is, I want Joe Biden to take a drug test prior to the debate. Because for some reason, all of the surrogates are out on the weekend shows this weekend saying, you're going to see an energized Joe Biden. I tell you, you are going to see energy from Joe like you've never seen before. How? We've all seen him. He takes the kickstand steps up Air Force One now. He doesn't even take the big steps. And you're going to see an energized Joe. Joe's going to be energized. Okay. Let's see why he's energized. How he's energized. Is he going to walk on stage with that shoulder bump thing he does to make it look like he's trotting? So I do is this. They told me his hands all weird, like, ugh. It's not going to be a pretty thing. They did give El Presidente his choice of seat selection or podium selection. I think they're sitting in seats or couches. I don't even think they're standing for this. I mean, and Jake Tapper, who is one of the biggest Trump haters in history. I mean, you might as well put up Jim Acosta. I mean, they just hate the man. So anyway, he's moderating it. And Dana Bash is going to be there being Dana Bash. but I think they're going to be like seated. That's how you know that this is just straight up propaganda. I wouldn't be surprised if the old man pulls out one of those placard cards that he has. They have the questions on them. It wouldn't surprise me. And no one would bat an eyelash. Be like, yeah, that's classic Joe. Mm-hmm. Something is going to, if it lives up to the hype, if his energy lives up to the hype, then we know something's in. We know the fix is in. We know there's something going on, because I'm 49 years old and I'm tired today. I have no idea what you can give me. I'm not a Coke guy. But I'm drinking probably the most leaded coffee known to man. And I can drink this till I go to bed, y'all. So, but I don't know what I would take her. I'm coming. Mike's bouncing off the walls. You know, something's wrong, because Joe Biden is so frail at this point that, and so just slow at this point, that if he has energy, that's going to be the story. The story is, what the hell did that guy take? So that's going to be interesting to watch. But I do think Charlemagne the God he had it nailed. He was like, dude, Trump's going to mop the floor with this guy. He's got energy and he's funny. But that hasn't stopped. The whole thing's a cheap fake. Speaking of that, Rhonda, wonderful segue. Very, very good segue. Thank you very much. The surrogates are out in the propagandizing form. I want you to hear Corinne KJP for the cool kids asked about, but still we're heading an election and there's some crazy, crazy prices going on. What say you, KJP?
Eggs and milk, and there were grocery things that were up.
Eggs and milk and, grocery things. You can't sound less connected to the American people. You cannot sound more disconnected from the American people than to say, there's eggs and milk and grocery things that were up. She said, were up. Were.
It has gone down.
No, honey, it hasn't gone down. The rate at which it is increasing has gone down. And this, by the way, she's dumber than a sack of potatoes. She really is. She's the most unqualified person to do this job, and it shows. But she distracts from the poor performance of her boss. So we can point and make fun of her. So that's why she's out there. She's a useful idiot. And so, but by the way, I am a media I speak into a microphone. She has nothing in there. She has zero talent to do what she's doing. She was there because of her sexual orientation, her contacts, and her skin color, period. Worst qualified. Anyway, she continues.
Has gone down since 2022. Gas prices, because of the actions that this president took, and let's not forget there was an invasion, but Russia did obviously into Ukraine.
The invasion they did into Ukraine. I can't even with this woman. I can't. Cause gas prices to tick up. No,
the president took action, tapped the SPR, and we saw gas prices go down.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a minute. So she said, remember, gas prices went up, that they came down. They today, and I'm just talking about the gas station on the corner. That's all I'm talking about. The gas station on the corner, still up $1.40 more than they were when he took office. So it's a lot like the Obama math. We cut the deficit in half. So we did. Cut the deficit in half. You doubled the deficit and then cut that by 50%. So we have a 25% increase in deficit, but you're saying you cut the deficit in half. Cut it in half. It's the right thing to do. You can't do that. He's talking about, I raised gas prices $2 a gallon, $2 a gallon, to over $2 a gallon. The damn almost went to $6. You can't say that and then say, oh, we tapped the strategic reserve and we dropped it down. No, you didn't. And by the way, now gas prices are so high, you can't even replenish our reserve, leaving us completely vulnerable to everything. You bonehead.
The president has met the moment with every issue that we have had in front of us.
Not true. Not true. Not true at all. Met the moment. Met the moment. How? How did he meet the moment? Tell me where he met the moment. Literally, I'm paying gas prices 40% higher. I told my girlfriend she's going on a trip this week. I said, look, I have points that'll expire at the end of the month. You should use those. It's $1 off. That's real money. And we have to think like that now. And don't get me wrong, I'm not excited about $2 a gallon gas ever. I'm a good $1.50 dude. I like $1.50 gas. That makes more sense to me. Oh, we can get it down to $2. No. $1.50 is fine. I think we can all agree. Maybe we can all agree in the comments. This pre-show hype, and by the way, that goes back to biblical times. This is not something new. It's not something Joe Biden invented or the Biden administration invented. Pre-event hype is nonsensical. And the fact that the Clinton News Network, CNN, is running these interviews, MSNBC is doing the same. That's what you expect out of MSNBC. But CNN doing these pre-debate interviews and allowing one side to already advertise their response is nothing short of propaganda. Nothing short. And it's like I said, during the Obama, Boehner, Pelosi days, Harry Reid days, sorry. They eliminated the law that would not allow the government to lie to you and, well, not lie to you, to propagandize you. So now it's completely legit for them to go out and blatantly lie. And if Donald Trump is worth his salt, Donald Trump better damn well call this out. 13, 15 million jobs created. Nonsense. It's a lie. It's a fallacy. 9%. Joe Biden to this day is claiming that inflation was at 9%. It was under 2%. It was at 9% when he took office. And they keep saying that. Ted Bernstein likes to defend him by saying, all of the factors were there to lead to 9%. That's what he's talking about. No. The president of the United States is claiming that inflation was at 9%. Donald Trump better damn well be ready to just knock these softballs out of the park. I cut gas prices. I created 15 million jobs, 9% inflation when I took office. Blown away. The greatest thing for this nation, the greatest thing, and it could be RFK Jr., it could be Donald Trump, whoever the hell it is, to get us back to energy independence will be the greatest move this country has. Forget about securing. I'm sorry, something is just tickling my nose. Something is important as energy. Is more important than defense because it supports defense. It supports economy. It makes things cheaper. It brings down inflation. That is the single best move you can do, that and secure the southern border, and you're good. Yeah. I remember the outrage, Scotty. I remember the outrage when gas hit $2. When gas hit $2, it was absolutely absurd to even think that it would not go down below $2, and it hasn't. Buddy of mine, shout out to Mark Pappendorf. He said, hey, he actually posted the headline. I worked with the guy. He posted the headline up and said, gas reaches $2 a gallon. This is in California. Gas reaches $2 a gallon. He goes, and it will never go below 2 again. He was right. I mean, in some parts of the nation it did, but I mean, nationwide in major thriving cities like, Phoenix, LA, Houston, Dallas, New York, Miami, that's never seen below 2 again. And we reach and strive for energy independence. And I'm telling you, we've got this nailed. We got everything goes, the ills go away. Not completely, but the wounds will be soothed. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, hey, if Joe Biden can do it, he can't. But if Joe Biden and his bozos can make it happen, fine, cool. Right on. Get us back to energy independence. Get us to energy independence, and then we can deal with your green techie solar fields and all that. Yeah, Scotty, say the same thing loud enough, long enough, and people will believe it's true. I wonder who said that. I know who said that. It was the guy that Jake Tapper keeps saying that Donald Trump is. Jake Tapper, Donald Trump. Hitler. Yeah. Knuckleheads. All of them. Thanks for hanging out and playing. One of the most interesting things that I've seen of the last probably, it was about last 5-ish years. 5 or 6 years, where we started getting woke and we started just going off the rails with sensitivities and safe spaces and things like that. One of the funniest things I've seen is how left politicians use the idea of conservative thought, the idea. What's up, Rhonda? The idea of being a Trump follower, the idea of being conservative, as a defense for their illegalities, as a defense for their criminality, as a defense for their nonsense, their corruption. The mayor of Oakland, I don't know if you've seen this. They've gotten thousands of signatures to recall this slappy. Her house was raided by the feds. It got to that level that a Democrat mayor in this department, not Department of Justice, this intelligence community, this FBI, raided a Democrat mayor's home. It's that bad. Here was her defense. This is absolutely hilarious.
I'm not going down like that. We're not going down like that.
I'm not going. Yeah, you are.
The people who voted for me deserve to have their voices heard and communities prioritized. I'm seeking the truth right now.
No, you know something? Yeah, she's right. She's right saying that people deserve representation. People deserve whatever the heck she's talking about there. It doesn't take away, sister, from your corruption. It doesn't take away from your criminality.
Now, just as much as you all are. But I will not be bullied, and I will not be disparaged, and I will not be threatened out of this office.
Okay. But you will be arrested.
There are a lot of radical right-wing forces who...
Radical right-wing forces. I guess I'm a radical right-winger. Radical right-wing forces. When I call out bozos like this, I will be labeled, can be labeled, am labeled a radical right-winger, a right-wing extremist, a MAGA supporter. Because I look at her and say, you are a criminal. You are fraudulent. You're a fraud. You are corrupt. Well, if you're a Democrat and you're corrupt and you're a criminal, you can just say whoever accuses me of it is conservative.
No, they will never win an election in Oakland Fair and Square.
So many jokes there. So many.
They know their extreme views are at odds with our Oakland values, but they have built the rules to protect and preserve their power and maintain dominance over the rest of us.
Set the pot to the kettle.
We are a threat.
Pause for effect.
To that order. I know that. The people who supports me know that. You see, this was never going to be an easy fight.
You know, if she just pulls that boom arm, you can move that thing around like this. Just throw it out there.
But I tell you, it's most definitely a...
It said that on her notes. You know it. Damn it. You know it said it right. I tell ya. I tell ya. Might have been one word. Maybe ITELLYA. I tell ya. Yeah. She would be, look at, ooh, I paused that in the wrong spot.
Fight worth winning.
That was an applause line. Just didn't nail. I love that.
I will continue to lift up those most vulnerable, to lead by example, to prove that this system might not be designed for us, but we can and we will build a brighter future
criminals
for our children. This is my mission as your mayor. And I thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's a MAGA fault. It's those right wingers. They're coming at me. I would have gotten away. It's the Scooby-Doo ending. Her career has the Scooby-Doo ending. I would have got away with it too. One for you meddling MAGAs, you meddling right-wing extremists, you people that care about your country and the rule of law. That's what I should chant at all of these press. There'd be somebody in the back going, "No one is above the law." Right. How many signs did you see? Did you see it in front of any Trump thing and you were protesting? No one is above the law. Okay, cool. No one is above the law. Unless you're John Edwards. Unless you're John Edwards, and you can actually pay off a woman $250,000 to shut up about your affair. Didn't we indict a former president on that? Didn't we convict a former president on that? Amazing. Amazing how they can get away with all this stuff. Let's get to it here. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a few days because in Elon I trust, Elon Musk in his the man who made Elon Musk must be pretty smart as well. So dad is speaking about the real reason why the United States is spending all of this money defending Ukraine. Because Ukraine is as corrupt as can be. Ukraine, and just I would say what we were talking 8 years ago, we were calling Ukraine the most corrupt nation in the entire planet. Now we're defending freedom. We're defending democracy is what we're doing. We're defending democracy. You're not defending democracy. Here's what you're doing. I love this. Elon Musk, Daddy Musk.
We are being brainwashed to be told that Ukraine is good and Russia is bad, and yet...
Well, Russia isn't exactly good, Dad. Come on. I mean, come on. Come on.
They have found multiple bioweapon laboratories.
Belonging
to
laboratories.
Ukraine. The Ukraine is led by a stand-up comedian who became president, which is extremely odd to me.
Yeah, okay, I'm down with that. I'm with that. Okay, so Elon Musk's dad, who you're watching right now, said the reason why we're defending Ukraine is because of the bioweapon laboratories and the pharmaceutical, basically the big pharma gang, and it's being run by a slappy president that is a stand-up comedian.
I wish him good luck, but it's extremely odd to me. Then I would say, if you look at Biden himself, he's obviously not running the United States. The United States it appears to me, is being run by a bunch of misfits who are getting revenge for having been treated as misfits over the years. That's what
this man's spitting game
to be. It is being run by a bunch of misfits who are getting revenge for being treated as misfits.
That dude is spitting game. I didn't replay that part at the end because it's important. He's not running the country. A band of misfits are running the country that are pissed off because they've been treated as misfits. Holy mackerel. This guy spits game. Now, let's do this. Let's talk about let me back it up. Do you remember when the whole no, we're not Ukraine biolabs. What are you talking about? That's just like no, Ukraine isn't doing any of that. Ukraine's like, no. That's not why we're there. John Kirby adamant about it. Not why we're there. Here we go. Just in Kyiv, the capital. Just in Kyiv. Just there. Not outlying neighborhoods in Kyiv proper. Bayer Pharmaceuticals, Novo Nordisk, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, GlaxoSmithKline, Sanos, MSD, Roche, PRA, Ferring, Icon, Novartis, Merck. They all have thousands of employees in Kyiv. All of these biolabs, IDEX labs, Worldwide clinical trials. There we go. Ferring Pharmaceuticals, Alcon, Therion Clinical Research, Strata, Enotheria, Pharmac, Qsum, Neurotrack, and Aximio. There's Oxymio. 28 in total biolabs in Kyiv. I've talked about this since the very beginning. This is not a war. This is we don't know what this is. And God bless Congressman Schweiker, because he keeps saying, no, it's good. We're actually depleting the Russian forces. I mean, both Obama and Trump said that Russia's not a threat. Russia's not doing anything. Russia just chilling, doing Russia things. That's it. And yes, he made him Putin made himself president for life. Yeah, okay, great. It's not America. Y'all won't happen here. But we didn't need to be in any of this. We didn't need to be in none of this, funding any of this. There had to have been something more. It's uranium mining and it's pharmaceuticals in biolabs. I just read them all to you. They're all there. All of them. And have you seen Kyiv? Are we really in a war? Have you seen Kyiv? Y'all, there are today more restaurants and bars open in Kyiv than there were prior to what the Biden administration will say the unprovoked Putin war. More bars and restaurants open today than there were prior to Russia getting involved in the kerfuffle or causing the kerfuffle. You tell me. There are biolabs to the nth degree in names you know. AstraZeneca, Bayer, Johnson & Johnson. You know them all. They're all there. There are thousands of employees. Now, Bayer, just so we're very clear, Bayer Pharmaceuticals, back in the early 1900s, would buy, this is fact, y'all, fact check me all you want, would order and purchase at 200 bodies a clip Jews from the concentration camps in Germany. They would send Hitler's group an order for 200 at a time to be sent for their pharmaceutical trials. Didn't know that, did you? Big Pharma is one of the most corrupt, evil things going on. Yeah. And that's right. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. After what went, buddy? So Scotty said the J&J jab was recalled. And the other, yeah, I forget what the other one was. But there is, why, that's what I want to know. Why was it recalled? Was it recalled because J&J, I remember, if I remember correctly, was the only non-mRNA jab that was available. And maybe it was pulled because it didn't kind of pitch that narrative of let's all bow to mRNA. Or it get pulled because guess what? It's shoot, guys. We got a bad toxic dose here. Whatever it was. Wild. I mean, absolutely wild. It'll be interesting to see, going back to the debate, if COVID is a thing. Because, with Operation Spearhead, Tip of the Spear, whatever it was called. No jokes. Grizz is in here today. It's good. The Operation not Fast and Furious. That was the gun running. Operation Warp Speed. It should have been Operation Ludicrous Speed. For all my Spaceballs fans. That was under Trump. Basically, the jab came from the Trump administration. The mandates came from the Biden administration. Warp Speed, thank you. Rhonda, appreciate you. It came from the Trump administration. The mandates came from the Biden administration. Both administrations screwed us in this. So it'll be interesting to see if that's a topic during the debate, because I know Jake Tapper. I remember when Biden was announced the winner, Jake Tapper darn near crying. And it basically say Trump failed. So many people didn't follow science. Wah. Oh, so bad. And now he's moderating the debate. How do we fix big pharma, Greg? I think it's a pretty I'm saying easy. It's simplistic. It's not easy. It's simplistic in design, but not easy. We have a system where the symbiotic relationship between like the Monsantos and the mass food complex and the pharmaceuticals work together. And if it is If it's intentional, it's intentional. Wouldn't surprise anybody if it was intentional, but it's happening. We are forced foods that are just insanely unhealthy for us. Just walk down the cereal aisle and then wonder why we have an epidemic of childhood obesity and diabetes. And what do we do for the kids? We give them pills. We treat them with Western medicine. And then around and around we go. They're stuck on them. Look, I got to tell you, I had about a year and a half ago, I had a heart attack a year ago. I had a heart attack. And they put me on the whatever, I don't even know what it was, lipids in the my lip, whatever. I don't even know. But the blood pressure medication, and then one other. And I was like, I took those for a while. My heart was my standing pulse was something like my resting pulse. Sorry, was like in the 90s. I'm like, I'm getting off this crap. My heart started working overtime to take this thin blood that I had and pushing it through my fat body. Holy mackerel. But they literally told me, they handed me the prescription, I'm sorry, and told me, you will never be off these. You'll be on these for the rest of your life. That's scary. Like, no, how about, hey, Mike, with proper diet and exercise, man, cut down on the IPAs and you can A, have better relationships. B, you can get off these this blood pressure medication. Maybe get your blood pressure down, man. We can just do this diet and exercise, man. You got this. That's not the way it works. Round and around and around we go. We're fed crap, we're given crap, and then we have to take a pill for it. So that's the hard part. So the to go to Craig's question, the design, I said, is simple. We need to go back to look at a picture of 70s, 80s. Look at any beach picture of the 70s and 80s. Everybody is fit as fiddles. Everybody's looking good. Like, everybody's fit. There's no obesity. None. They're all just chilling. And they don't have what we have. All of a sudden, you look at a beach picture of today, a video of a beach today, there's very few people are fit. Very few people should be, wearing the banana hammocks. But going back to the dietary habits of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think would fix it. That's what would fix it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they covered up side effects, that's a good way. So Scotty said, funny that they don't acknowledge it was Trump's vax, especially with all the covered up side effects. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Grizz, what up, brother? You're a little late to the game, champ. It's all good though. I've already mentioned you twice because I teed one up for you, buddy, and I knew you would have had it there. I know you would have knocked it out. I know exactly what you would have said. We're gonna leave it here. It's a family program. We're gonna go like that. I keep going back to it, and I'm sure Rob's going to jump on this tomorrow as well. On Thursday, we'll definitely talk about it because it's debate day. Friday, we're going to talk about it as well because it's the day after debate day. So, this is in other news. We like to stay away from the food fight that is Biden Trump, and get into news that really actually matters to us. So, we're going to see with the casserole. But we are going to have to stick with it. It's going to be the only debate. There's going to be nothing else. This is it. So CNN gets to lob the big chunk of propaganda up and see if people actually bite and believe their nonsense. So it's going to be interesting battle. No, it had nothing to do with the casserole. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate you backing me on that one. No. You guys are amazing, man. I love you guys. This is it. The propaganda has begun. Don't listen to it. Don't worry about it. Don't bother with it. Rob and I are going to have a bunch of fun things to talk about tomorrow as well, and a little bit more of the preview of the only debate. And I was very glad that we got to play a little bit of Korean Jean-Pierre today. So I hadn't had some KJP love in a hot minute. Grizz, stop. Don't. All right, guys, we're going to do it again tomorrow at noon right here at Russell and Hunter's. In other news, have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for playing along. Rob will be back.